Hey friends, it's Shelly. I just wanted to take a quick minute or two or 10 to go over something that we are getting a lot. When I say a lot, I mean like a ton of emails, text messages, phone calls. Their insurance premiums are going up. If you haven't experienced this yet, you will. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's coming. So we wanted to talk about it real quick and try to explain what's happening and what we're seeing and hope that that helps a little. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Also, I'm out behind the office doing this, so I'm not disruptive in the office. So you may hear a truck or a plane go by. I'll try to speak up so you get everything. So what's happening? There's a few things. I have notes in front of me because there's a lot. So when I look down, it's just at my notes. First and foremost, inflation. This is not new to anybody. What is new is that it's gone off the rails, apparently, and things that we used to pay $20 for a few years ago, now we're paying $25 for. Things we paid $100 for, now we're paying $125 for. That's part of what we're seeing happen. But also, for the property insurance, for our home insurance, we're seeing the cost to rebuild go through the roof. The cost for materials, the cost for labor. So if you have to do a repair, you have a tree come down on the house, you have a kitchen fire, you have a pipe freeze, and you've got to do some work at the house. It's unbelievable how much it costs now just to get the materials. I mean, look around the next time you're at the hardware store or Lowe's or Walmart or whatever, at just how much something simple like a light fixture costs or a toilet costs. Like, it's unbelievable. That's problematic on the homeowner side because the claim that used to cost $10,000 now costs $15,000. The auto side of things is similar. The cost to repair windshield. When I first started 30 plus years ago, the windshield costs were, $300-400 to get a new windshield. I literally am seeing glass invoices come through for $2,000. I mean, it's just, how can a windshield cost $2,000? But there's just so much technology now. There's cameras, there's lane departure warning, there's backup sirens, there's rain sensors. Like, there's all this stuff in these cars now. I mean, I miss the days where we could just pull a dent from a bumper and call it a day. The other part of the auto claims is the medical payments when somebody gets hurt. I mean, we all know how medical bills are like off the charts. You go for an ambulance ride, you go to the emergency room, you need a Tylenol, and the bill that comes is just so big. It's staggering. And if there's litigation, if there's a lawsuit, the settlements are unprecedented right now. Like, back when I first started, the big fear was, oh my God, what if I get sued for $1 million? Now we're talking about, $5 million, $10 million. Like, this is, and you throw social media and libel and slander into this. It's insane. And all of these expenses are crippling the insurance industry. Then, because insurance companies are businesses just like everyone else, they have to buy insurance, right? So we call that reinsurance. The insurance companies, they're on a global scale. They're like worldwide. So when there is a disaster somewhere, doesn't even have to be in our community or our country. Wildfires, hurricanes, tropical storms, microbursts, tornadoes, fires, war, all of that stuff that's happening in our world affects these reinsurers that sit on top of the insurance companies. They are seeing unprecedented numbers that nobody could expect. And so what happens is we expect them to increase their rates every year. That's not the issue. But the issue is nobody expected them to increase 30%, 40%, 50%. Some even had to pull out of the industry altogether. So that trickles down into your insurance company, the people that we work with, And then it trickles down to our premiums. So the insurance companies, they're for every dollar of premium they're collecting, they're paying out $1.05, $1.10, $1.20. It's not sustainable. It's literally going to sink the ship, and it will be catastrophic. So decisions had to get made that the insurance companies didn't want to increase their rates 12%, 18%, 30%. But they've got to right the ship, or we're going to have a huge crisis on our hands as an industry. So that's what's happening. What we're seeing is it's not even the bigger problem is the rates are going up. That's great. That's horrible. That's not great. It's horrible. But the bigger problem now is we can't even get insurance. Like, we are literally struggling to find insurance for some of our customers. And that's like unheard of. We pride ourselves on, we can get creative. We can find a home. We can figure this out. We have these unbelievable relationships with our carriers. But we call it a hard market. In the insurance world, this is a hard market. I've been through a hard market because I've been here 1,000 years. I've never seen anything like this. And I am not the only one that has been saying this. Like, all of my insurance friends are preaching this. We're seeing insurance companies pull out of the state. We're seeing insurance companies put a moratorium on what types of business we can write. We're hearing about insurance companies that are saying we only want to write, one new business a year. That's it. We don't want any growth. We just want to lock it down. They are getting super, super, super strict with their guidelines. They're really trying to reduce the amount of risk they take on and just get really safe and really tighten everything. So, back in the day, we had a few carriers that would do coastal property because obviously we're coastal. Now that's gone. Coastal guidelines have been rewritten. If you are on a payment plan with your insurance company, do you hear me? Don't mess up your payments. Some of our insurance companies now, you get canceled because you miss a bill, you're out. Not only are you out, but the other insurance companies are saying we don't want to take people that have been canceled or non-renewed. So what do we do now? You miss a bill, make a mistake, that company won't take you back, and then we try to find you another company and they have new guidelines saying we won't take anyone that's been canceled by another insurance company. What? Like, we've been doing this all along. Like, we have these great relationships that we're able to kind of call and say, look, there was a mistake, there was a problem. And now, like, across the board, and it has nothing to do with the relationship, it has nothing to do with the company, it's just they're trying to right the ship and they're having to make really, really hard decisions just to keep afloat. We cannot have insurance companies going under. You just can't have it. So they're getting super tight, super strict. The rates are going up. They're saying no to business that is stuff they would have said yes to a year ago. It will eventually turn around. It'll soften. It will work itself out. But for right now, the stuff that you need to be really mindful of is making sure that if you're on automatic payments, they have your credit card expires, get them that new credit card information. You change banks, make sure they know about it. If you have claims, we're doing a lot of talking with people that call and say, hey, I had, this little fender bender. I had this, tree limb come down on my porch. We're being careful now about, do we really want to file these smaller claims? Like, we're doing a lot of premium management with changing deductibles. So if you have a $500 deductible, we're talking about maybe bumping it to $1,000. If you have $1,000, we're bumping it to $2,500. I have customers now taking a $5,000 deductible. I mean, I've never had $5,000 homeowner deductibles before. But what's happening is customers are not calling for small claims anymore because they're afraid they're going to get dropped or their rates are going to skyrocket, and they're already bad. So they're self-insuring a little. Well, if you're going to do that and self-insure, then get the credit, get the discount off your premium, start saving some money there. We are getting bombarded daily, every day. I have 10 voicemails right now that I haven't even had a chance to listen to yet. I will get there. I've worked all morning on 2 accounts. I've done nothing all morning but work on these 2 accounts for families whose rates have gone up. Calling, they say, can you do anything better for me? Is there anything else we can do? We've got to save some money. Do you have another carrier that we can work with? Ooh, there's a fly buzzing my camera. Sorry. The problem is we can try to remarket the account. We don't have the manpower to remarket all the accounts, which is, neither do the insurance companies. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is when you switch, so I find you a cheaper insurance company and I move you to a new one, and then they increase their rates. And it's like, oh no, all that for nothing. Or in tenure is a big deal with insurance companies. You've been with an insurance company for years, and there's that relationship that's been built. You pay your bills, you don't file claims, everything's just easy peasy, a great piece of business. They are more willing to work with you because they know you have a relationship with you. And so sometimes when we need to call in and say, hey, listen, can we waive a late fee, or can we get help with a billing problem? That was easy peasy lemon squeezy a year ago because we didn't have this hard market. Well, now that stuff's becoming problematic. And if it's a customer they've had a relationship with, they are more likely to still work with us. But if you're someone that just changes and bounces around, you lose that. You also, in some of our carriers, you don't get preferred rating that way. So we're trying to be super careful about moving people because we're running into these new problems, and we're trying to make sure that it doesn't save us a few bucks up front and then cost us in the long term. That's it. That's all I got. 12 minutes, and I think I'm done. So there's my doom and gloom speech. That's what's happening. That's what we're seeing. It's going to get better. We're going to get through this. We are in constant contact with other agents, our associations that we're members of. We are working with our carriers that, thank God, we have great relationships with and are super strong. And we are going to keep that going and trying to find all the best solutions we can. We just wanted to kind of take a minute to explain what's happening and hope that that helps a little bit and makes everybody at least understand what's happening. It may not feel better, but we're all just so tired of paying so much money at every turn for everything, between gas and clothes and groceries and utilities, insurance. And I know it's awful, and I feel that too. And I am sorry that I'm adding insurance to the mix, but we're working really hard and we're going to get through this. And I hope that this helps a little bit. If you have questions, please ask. If you have comments, please be kind, and we will do our best to answer anything we can. And if you want to share with a friend, feel free. Like, I'm just throwing this video out into the world, and if it helps people that aren't our customers, even better. So thank you for listening. I hope you stuck with it. I hope I didn't bore you. I hope the fly buzzing the camera and the trucks didn't distract you. All right, guys, thank you so much.